We have seen this water creature with a bottlenose creating some of the best moments for humans. These kind, intelligent animals are one of the friendliest on the planet, and it seems like they like us too. But it turns out we don't know that much about them. Like, did you know dolphins can call each other by name? And they aren't the only animals that can. So, stay tuned to find out. Welcome back to another episode. Today, we are going to share how dolphins and some other species name their kind in their language. Dolphins, like us, have created identities to stay in touch. We already know that this mammal can do math and follow a recipe to make mollusks. If you don't know what mollusks are, they are invertebrates and include snails, slugs, mussels, and octopuses. They have a soft, unsegmented body and live in aquatic or damp habitats, and dolphins love them. If a dolphin can have a recipe to follow to prepare a meal, don't you think they can name each other too? Well, this hypothesis was proven correct after some experiments were conducted by scientists at the University of California. Researchers have noticed from past investigations that each dolphin has a one-of-a-kind whistle called a signature whistle. Dolphins use these whistles in large social environments mainly to communicate with each other. This was discovered in the 1960s along with another piece of information. Dolphins also react to the whistles of dolphins they know. So it's not just a bunch of chatter in the ocean. We know for a fact that a dolphin does not respond to any old whistle, but specific ones that convey a message to them. We found this out when Whitney Friedman, a dolphin behavior expert at the University of California in San Diego, tried to mimic a dolphin whistle to respond to a dolphin. She said something along the lines of, "Yes, I am here, did you call my name?" But this wasn't the only experiment that proved the reaction of dolphins to the whistle. The National Academy of Science published a report where an examination was conducted by multiple researchers on a boat off eastern Scotland with a crowd of wild dolphins. When one of the dolphins announced its signature whistle, the researchers recorded that sound. Later, the researchers played that sound back to the dolphins, and a certain dolphin reacted with a signal that meant to say, "Correct, I'm here." The dolphins reacted a tiny bit when the researchers played accounts of whistles of natural dolphins from a similar populace, but they didn't respond to sounds by new dolphins from a different populace. This phenomenon proves that those with whistles are names they have set for each other. Friedman, a National Geographic grantee who was not part of the new study, says it is a fantastic contribution to science. So, can we actually speak to dolphins? Scientists are now trying to cross the boundaries by decoding the language of dolphins and making it a real deal of talking to dolphins. Scientists have learned how they use different kinds of whistles while fighting and calling out each other. Maybe we can have a proper language to learn to communicate with our sea friends soon. It seems that baby dolphins take in their singular whistles from their moms. A 1986 research by Tyak showed that a couple of male dolphins imitated each other's whistles. And in 2000, Vincent Janik found similar data when recording and matching whistles among 10 wild dolphins. But that's not a big enough focus group to get any real data. But the question does arise. Why would the dolphins have to duplicate another dolphin's whistle? A clear dolphin whistle is difficult as they produce their sounds underwater, frequently in cloudy conditions, making it hard for researchers to recognize which dolphin is emitting which call. To get around this problem, Stephanie King, a sea life scholar at the University of St. Andrews, and her team investigated the acoustic accounts of dolphin signature whistles. The study was based on research conducted by the Sarasota Dolphin Research Program, which studied over 250 wild bottlenose dolphins caught sometime between 1984 and 2009 in Sarasota Bay, Florida. The researchers with the Sarasota program had caught pairs and gatherings of dolphins and held them independently in nets for about 108 minutes on average. During this time, the dolphins had no way of seeing each other, but they could hear one another, so they whistled at a high rate, giving around 5.3 calls each moment. Turns out it's the same case in the wild. When dolphins are far away from each other, they use high-rate whistles to call out each other. For sure, dolphins don't duplicate simply anyone's unique whistle, as they are exceptionally specific from the way they use this ability. For example, the researchers recorded one set of male dolphins twice, once at the start of the project and the second 12 years later. And even after all that time, every dolphin duplicated the fine subtleties of the other's whistle. Are there any other animals that can communicate with signature sounds and name each other? Actually, there are. Consider the green-rumped parrotlet that lives in Venezuela. Researcher Carl Berg has built many parrot homes on a Venezuelan farm. He has smaller cameras fixed in those homes recording everything these little birds do. As you'll know, they chirp a lot. He says, quote, "The vast majority say, all these noises made by birds are just noise, nothing else." But Carl believes it's all good communication. He has paid attention to such countless parrots in countless nests for a long time. He has also studied birds from their infancy and learned that these little birds start to use certain specific chirps to identify themselves to other people. Not just that, they get familiar with the peeping names of their parents and siblings and even use them in a discussion. And just like humans, parrots are the ones to give their little birdlings their names. You might be inclined to think that just like dolphins and parrots, apes and monkeys might have a similar practice of names and communication. After all, they are our closest relatives in nature. But that isn't the case here. Monkeys and chimpanzees do have an advanced way of communication compared to other animals where they make noises, beat their chests, or spread their arms. But none of those signals are specific, and they don't use certain noises to call each other. But that doesn't mean they never will. Although if they do start naming their young like we do, we might have to prepare for a rise of the Planet of the Apes situation. Little by little, researchers are decoding the way animals talk, plan, quarrel with each other. Sooner or later, we will understand them better and maybe make some animal friends to prepare for when the dolphins ultimately take over. I mean, they might actually be smarter than us. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give this video a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching.